Hello students, I welcome you again in this e-learning session. In my last two lectures, we have discussed the poem 2.4, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? Now, in this lecture, we will discuss certain activities given on page number 113, that is 113. If you have your textbooks, you can open it. Now, activity 1 will discuss. Discuss with your friend how he or she spent the whole day that was beneficial for others. In short, how you made your friend's day or how you spent your day, whole day, that was beneficial to others. So you can write these points you can do on your own, okay? Certain type of helping you have done or you might have done. So what kind of help or what kind of day you spent which was beneficial to others? So those two, 3 points you have to write. Now activity 2, this line is given, was it well or sorely spent? Explain the meaning and give illustrations. Illustration means example. So that is the line which is from the poem. So you can explain that line. So this type of questions are going to come in your board paper. You have to conclude the line, or you have to explain the line, or elaborate the line. Now I am just giving you example as to how to explain that particular line. Was it well or sorely spent? Sorely the meaning you know. Sorely means wasted it. Have you wasted the day or was it well spent? The answer of this, the poet asks the reader again and again as to how he or she spent the day, well or wasted it. We all are busy in our day to day activities. The poet inspires us to bring joy and happiness in the lives of others. The poet prompts us to speak kindly and help at least one person every day. He asks if you have some hope to the person without hope. So he will speak well of you. Is someone grateful to you at the end of the day? So this way you can elaborate that line. You can write in your own words also. And then the give illustration, give example is also there. As like you help a person who was blind to cross the road, and because of that you are late for the classes. And when you go to the college, you say sorry to the teacher because you are late. But the teacher says, I have seen you helping the blind man crossing the road. Like that, you can give an example or illustration. Now, second one, as you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that God would say, you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today? So, here you have to elaborate the idea expressed in these lines. Elaborate means explain. What does the poet wants to say through these lines? You have to write in your own simple English. Now I just give example. The poet indirectly means each day we live must be meaningful. We are not sure about tomorrow, but for God to grant us one more day, we have to please God by our actions. Did we help at least one person? Did he feel grateful because of our kind act? If nothing, at least a kind word used by you made him happy. By doing these things, God will add one more day to your life. So this is the meaning of the these lines. Now next, third one, in activity 2, the poet suggests that one should do good to others. Complete the table by giving examples of doing good to the following people. So that this you can do. Family members. How can you do good things or help your family members, or how you can help your friends, or how you can help your neighbors. So this chart you can complete it. So whenever there is a web diagram or chart, see that you write or complete that chart or web in minimum number of words. Okay. Then we move on to next one. Pick out the describing words from the poem and add a noun of your own. Like now you have to pick out describing words. Now, what are the describing words in the poem? One is happier. You see the first line of the first stanza, happier. The second line, first line of the second stanza, cheerful, grateful, fading, kindly, churlish, rejoicing, sleeping. So these are the describing words, and you can add a word to that. Happier, then you write anybody. Cheerful, greeting. Churlish, howdy. So all these are the words in the poem itself. You have to just select it and then write it. The next is match the words given in column A with their meanings in column B. This also you can do in the A column. First word is cheerful. Cheerful means happy. Second is selfish, means concerned with one's own pleasure. Third, sorely. Sorely means with a feeling of disappointment. And last, discontent, lack of satisfaction. So this way you can match the words from column A to column B. Then there are a few examples of homonyms in the poem. For example, spoke. Now list homonyms from the poem and give their meanings. In that first, we'll see what is the meaning of homonyms. Homonyms means two words whose spelling is same. Sound is also same, but has different meanings. Okay. Now in this poem itself, there is a word past. Past. So its meaning may be exam, or it can be went past or left behind, like that. Then one more word is there, deed. D-double-E-D. Deed means it can be action or it can be a legal document. So two meanings are there. Comes. One is action, second is legal document. Then next word is waste. W-A-S-T, waste. Waste, spent carelessly. One meaning is spent carelessly. Second is no longer useful. Then next one, Next activity, find expressions, phrases which denote going away from each stanza. One is given below. See, going away means vanish. Vanish means disappear. Vanish in the throng. Throng means crowd. Now in first stanza you see the word is almost over. It is somewhat same to the word going away. Going away means is almost over or past his way is also same. Vanish in the throng, rushed along, were fading now. All these expressions from the poem and they denote going away. Like in stanza 1 is almost over, stanza 1 we have passed his way, rushed along, were fading now. All these words are related to that word given or phrase going away. So this type of questions may come in your board exam. So it is my request to all the students that you should complete or try to solve all the activities which are given at the back of the lesson as well as at the back of the poems. Then we will come to next activity 4. The poet has used different poetic devices like alliteration and interrogation. So alliteration, you know, when the word or the sound is repeated in a sentence, that is alliteration. And interrogation means a question mark. So this poem is full of question marks, no? So all these are the interrogations. And alliterations you can find, for example, were you selfish, pure and simple as you rushed along the way? So in that line, alliteration figure of speech is used because the sound U and S are repeated. So you can find one more line from the poem in which alliteration figure of speech is used. Then interrogation you will find in most of the stanzas. First, second, fourth line of each stanza are all questions and they are called interrogation. Second and fourth line in each stanza, that is stanza third, are questions. Questions means interrogations. Then the rhyme scheme, I have told you. In first stanza, there is AABB, rhyme scheme. In second stanza, it is CCAA. In stanza third, DDEE. In stanza fourth, FFAA. Okay. So these are the two poetic devices which are used, alliteration and interrogation. Then one more figure of speech which I would like to mention here, that is synecdoche. The spelling I'll write SYNECDOCHE. One more figure of speech is used in this poem is synecdoche. SYNECDOCHE. What is synecdoche? It is a figure in which a word or phrase that refers to a part of something is substituted to stand for the whole. A part is substituted to stand for the whole. WHOLE. Now, example I'll give. If you see in your textbook, third stanza, third line. Now, the sentence is like this: is a single heart rejoicing over what you did or said? I'll repeat. Is a single heart rejoicing over what you did or said. Now, in this line, the word heart is used. Okay, so the word heart is an example of synecdoche. Means the word heart, which is a part. Heart is a part of our body, but it refers to whole or the person who is rejoicing. Means heart is referring to a whole person. Heart, which is a part of body, is referring to a whole person. So that is why the figure of speech used is synecdoche. An explanation is the word heart, which is a part of a body, refers to a whole, WHOLE, whole or the person who is rejoicing. Okay, I hope you understood that. Then next very important one, activity 5. Write an appreciation of the poem. This is a compulsory question, and there are also option also is there for this question. Either you solve activities, 5 activities, or you write appreciation of the poem. It carries 8 marks, that you know. In the 11th standard you had this. So out of these points given, 4 points will come in your board exam. Then you have to write or explain explain about that poem. That is poem, poet, title, theme, like that. So for your information, I'll just try to solve this. Appreciation of the poem. Have you earned your tomorrow? Now I'll go step by step. In that, first is about the poem. The poem Have You Earned Your Tomorrow is inspirational and optimistic poem. The poem is in question form. The poet has been asking questions to the reader. The poem urges the reader to be thoughtful about the people around them. Each question forces us to ask ourselves if we are kind and good to others. We live our life for our own benefit. We forget to help people who may be less fortunate. The poem has 4 stanzas. Each stanza has 4 lines, that is quatrains. Quatrains. It states goodness of behavior and kindness of heart. Okay? So this way you can write about the poem. Then second is poet, about the poet. The poet Edgar Guest was born in England. He started writing at the age of 14 as a copy boy. He wrote poems under the heading Chaff Daily for 30 years. He wrote 11,000 poems. He is known as People's Poet for his simple style and optimistic tone. The next point is title. The title is apt and pushes our mind to wonder if today we have done something useful. Then next we'll write about the theme. The theme of the poem is that he hopes that everyone does what they can to bring hope and courage to those who do not have it. It also tells us to introspect and self improvement. The next, poetic devices. Poetic devices used by the poet are alliteration, interrogation, and synecdoche, which create an impact on the reader. Language used by the poet is simple and easy to understand. The next is special features, that is tone and type. The poem is in question form. The poem has 4 stanzas of 4 lines. each with regular rhyme scheme: A A B B, C C A A, D D E E, F F A A. Then tone. The tone of the poem is optimistic. The next point is values message. The message of the poem is one's life is meaningful only if it is useful for human beings. The message is as you sow, so shall you reap. Then, last point, your opinion about the poem. What is your opinion? My opinion is the poem is inspiring and help us to do good things in life, help others so that God will add one more day to your to our life. So that may be the opinion. So I have just given examples. You can write this in your own words. Okay. Then next, prepare a mind map. So this lesson is in writing skill, mind mapping, how to plan good a goal for tomorrow or my future goal. So this lesson is not taught up till now. So mind mapping, in short, I can say that it is just like a note making chart. You have to make a chart. Then write a set of 8 to 10 interview questions to be asked to a social worker. Now you should know when you frame questions. If this question comes in examination, you should know how the rules for this writing interview questions. Now, first of all, what you do when you are supposed to frame questions, see that you don't start writing questions or framing questions abruptly. First, you have to introduce about that person. So he may be a social worker or a sports person or a film star or a politician or a farmer or any other renowned or famous personality. The first thing you do that you introduce about the person whose interview is to be taken. Like, good morning, friends. Today we have with us this and this person. So we are happy to be, we welcome you, sir. And I would like to ask few questions to you. So you have to give 2 3 lines introduction before starting that question or framing questions. Now, first thing, if you want, you can write. Frame direct questions and not open-ended. When you frame questions, see that your question should be direct. So there are 2 types of questions. One is open-ended and the other is direct. So you should always use direct questions. Direct questions means what? Whose answer must be in 1 or 2 lines. Like now the word point is given there, childhood. So if you ask question like this, tell me, sir, please tell me about your childhood. Is it correct question? No, because its answer may be broad. So you can just try to make that question a direct question. Instead of asking, sir, please tell us, could you please tell us about your childhood? That question is not proper. So you have to make it a direct question. Means, could you please tell any funny incident of your childhood? So that becomes a direct question. Means whose answer should be in 1 or 2 lines. So always ask direct question. The next, there should be variety when you frame WH question. Now, when we check board papers, we sometimes we find students they start first question with what, until the 10th question, same word is used. What, and finally, what message would you like to give to the young generation, like that. So there should be variety. Means you should use sometimes which, where, why, when, how. All this sort of WH question should be asked. Means you should make that uh, thing interesting. Then next, very important, no question on personal life should be asked. You should not ask question to that personality related to his personal life. Avoid that. Then don't ask what is your name. If you are asking what is your name to Sachin Tendulkar, then it is an insult for that person. So don't use this question. When you frame questions, don't use this. What is your name? Then questions must be logical, step by step, one after the other. That is childhood, then education, then his achievements, like that. And finally, the message. Last question is same. No? What message would you like to give to the people or to the budding generation? Like that. So last question is same. So ask at least 8 to 10 questions. You need to practice to frame questions. It requires practice. Every writing skill requires a practice. So you have to practice every day. Then one more question that comes in your exam. That is the fourth one. Compose 4 to 6 lines on your own on good deeds. So you can try this. The topic is given good deeds. So you can frame this question good deeds and you can use 4 to 6 lines, not more than that. This question comes in your board paper. That is activity 4, composing a line. Means you can also become a poet. You can also write poetry of your own. Then last, A6, find out different career opportunities in the field of social work. So you can go on Google, no? See, after every lesson, every text, you'll find some career opportunities are given to you. So you can go and check on Google what things are there, what qualification is needed for a particular thing, like that. Then next, collect information on the NGOs. NGOs, non-government organizations working for the unprivileged sections of the society. That information you can collect. You can go on Google, on internet, like World Vision is there. I will just mention few. One is World Vision, then Helpage India, Gunj, Childline, Smile Foundation, Red Cross, Cry, that is Child Rights and You, Nam Foundation, and one more NGO is the Sounds of Silence. So all these are the NGOs. You can collect information about these NGOs. So here we stop with our lecture. Hope you have understood it. You can go through the poem again. Try to solve activities.